Hello and welcome to the Inside Line on the Sumner Speed YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm Ian, and this is Lewis, and we're going to be reviewing BIKC Local Karting Championship Finals today for 2021. So, from the top of the video, spoiler alert, because we're just going to refer into everything in this type of context. I came dead last and didn't qualify, and Lewis, in his class, is the reigning Liverpool BIKC cadet champion, P1. So we're going to be going over some of the onboard footage and stuff like that from the race. So first up, how have you been enjoying the victory since I saw you?
I've been just quite overwhelmed with it, and like to know that I've won it from about, because I was so far ahead in it, and I just won it by so far.
Yeah.
So then got the.
It was such an impressive drive. It's such an impressive drive. Really just. Well, we'll go over that in a second. But first, we're gonna quickly. We're gonna tease everyone with leaving the victory till last, but we're quickly gonna go over my epic loss because you've not seen any of this yet.
No, I haven't. This is going to be my first time looking at it.
So this is just qualifying. I'm not sure why the audio isn't sharing.
I can't see it. Are you trying to record this on Passport?
No, that's where it'll be playing the video from, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it if you click on that?
Oh, now I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, qualifying, not a lot to speak about really, other than what basically happened was my shoulder was hurting quite a lot. So I decided that rather than it really hurting a lot during the race, that once I knew I'd got at least a few clean laps, I just brought the car in. Also had a little spin in qualifying as well.
Where did you spin?
There, but not on that lap.
Our corner.
Yeah. The marshal gave me a proper glare, like, what are you doing here? And it was like, I'm trying to go fast around this corner, mate. If you aren't spinning, you aren't racing.
Mm.
So, pretty sure this is still quality.
I'm hearing chops of audio.
I know, it's kind of weird how it's chopping in and out. I think it's to do with...
And also my end, it's like just stored.
I think that's to do with whether or not it's picking up audio from us, but it picking up audio from us is the main important thing anyway.
Yeah.
So, not a lot to speak about there, really.
It's pretty much.
Here we are lining up for the grid.
Yeah.
Last place. Here's all my racing drivers' excuses. First of all, everyone I spoke to, it wasn't their first year. Everyone I spoke to was doing it a second year. And everyone was definitely the lower end of the 90 kilograms. So third place was maybe 100 or so, a little bit over, and an older chap. But overall, everyone was the lower end for sure. Done a little skid if we get to the grid here.
Yeah, on mine, when you see mine, I was trying to like warm up the tyres before I got to
the
grid box.
Innit? Not very hard.
They didn't send us out on an outlap.
No, I wasn't either. Anyway, let's just hold everyone in suspense for a little moment on the start. I did, because also I want to tell you what I did that was different. Normally, I would have my foot on the brake. Then when the lights go out and it goes green, I would switch like that to the accelerator.
Yeah.
But I'd worked out that if you hold both pedals like that, there's like a clutch or disengaged for the throttle or something like this if you hold both the brake and the accelerator. So on the grid now, I've got my feet on both, and when the lights go out, I just lift off the brake, and it seemed like it got quite an all right launch. Let's watch now. Posing for the photos. It's coming up. See, it wasn't such a bad launch, I don't think, doing it that way.
Yeah.
I think I've had a better launch before. But in a moment, you're about to see my race end. And there it was. Yeah. From this point on, I am racing no one for the next 15 minutes.
That was sort of near 5, I'm not going to lie.
What's that?
That was sort of just me on lap 5 when I was just sort of pulling away.
Yeah. But it was like, everyone's just left me for dead straight away. I wasn't feeling confident on the cold tyres either. That didn't help.
I wasn't either. It was just ice.
Yeah. So, the story of my race can best be told through this picture, because I've done quite consistent lap times. You can see that on some laps, people were doing similar mid-40 times on some laps. But then these ones here, you can see where I've just blue flagged myself. So in the drivers' meeting, we discussed this. And Tom, who won the heavyweight race, suggested that we needed to have an agreement. And I suggested the agreement should be that the car in front doesn't have to vacate the racing line. It's up to the car behind to make the move. But the car in front won't actively block when they know they're being lapped, or that the person behind is way faster, basically. And the reason I suggested that is because in multi-class racing, when you've got a big closing speed on someone, all you want for them to do is the most predictable thing, which is to stay on the racing line. You just want to be able to predict what they can do. So you just want them to stay on the racing line so that you know where they're going to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the reason I suggested that, and everyone thought it was fair. But for safety, the pace difference was so bad that I think obviously racing drivers' excuse, obviously I'm a lot heavier, but for them to have just pulled away all of them so easily, I think the kart must have been a bit of a dud. Because on the straight for it to have pulled away, like it felt okay in the corners and everything, but I think maybe the engine tune was just not quite right or something like that. For them to have just pulled away so easily, so quickly, I think it must have been the case.
In our drivers' meeting, they said all the karts are fair. We can't request karts. So we check them to make sure that they're all fair.
The thing is, though, is while I'm sure that the two are the best with that, it's just an impossibility.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. We can see what happened to everyone else in that race, where 7th and 6th changed hands once. Yeah, 2nd place fell back to 4th. 4th place moved up to 2nd. And quite a few changes further down the grid, but generally, Tom owned it. My strategy really was, I realised right away that my race was over, and I knew that my only chance to get a top 6 finish to go through to regionals was to just keep plugging away, and if there's an incident, I'll cruise past and I'll be through. There was an incident. I didn't cruise past. I wasn't through. But, you know, you've just got to keep plugging away. You can see that those lap times were good, consistent lap times when I wasn't blue flagging myself. Cool. So let's watch some footage that you've not seen of your race, which is
on the line, mate.
Oh yeah, that bit.
Yeah. And away they go. This was so good, the way that you just stole Jocelyn here. I thought you were too busy covering Aaron and then left the door open for him there for Joseph. And side by side through that chicane, that is brave stuff, as we know.
Yes.
They did manage to pull out quite a good lead on this first lap.
Yeah, the person in front was very fast, like over the first bit. Like I could tell that he had some laps on cold tyres, definitely.
Yeah.
Not turning the kart.
He was there practicing already that day, wasn't he?
Yeah. Literally, session before the qualifying, he was out on track.
I know, I noticed that.
Well, yeah, pretty much the first 2 laps was warming up the tyres and just trying to get them warm as fast as possible.
So let's review your race footage. Qualifying and finals. So we'll just we'll skip through a couple of little bits, but we'll overall watch most of it, okay?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So you guys were getting racy already here, straight out of the pits. I think Aaron got a little bit too sucked into racing Joseph in the qualifying and didn't really set a very good time in the end, did he? Definitely far from what we know he can do. Normally in Cadet Academy, he runs 46s all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah. Easily, that's practically as well.
And you got pole with a 47, didn't you?
Yeah. And he had like a high 48 for his.
Being stuck behind this other lad.
Yeah.
I like how in a lot he's got a good attitude, I think. Good little lad.
Human DRS.
Human DRS.
Super GT tactic.
And it works too, especially it seems like the less power you've got, the more it works.
Because as well, you need to take into a fact of slipstream.
Yeah.
Behind it, eventually, when I was ducking behind the wheel and also right behind him, I nearly hit Joseph coming into the first apex of the final turn, because it was that fast on the closing speed. But I was
Talk about that when we got there. Be more exciting that way.
Yeah.
So at the minute, the three of you are locked into this little race that isn't really a race, but it's kind of good because you're kind of learning what each other's going to do. You're kind of learning that he likes to block, that he's going to turn in early if you get close. You know, you're learning all this about each other's driving that you wouldn't otherwise know.
Yeah. I sort of just knew about Aaron's attitude on his, but I did not know Joseph's.
Exactly. You've been on track with Aaron quite a lot.
So throughout this session, whilst being behind him, I was literally just learning every single minute.
Yeah. So it was really useful in this phase for you to do it, but about halfway into the session, you make a really great decision.
Here it is.
Oh, close.
Literally hit them. Or hit him.
Nearly. I think there was a fraction in it, a hair in it. Well, you've pushed him out wide there. That's a good move, good racing move. And the thing is that when you're racing together, is that you kind of want to be doing that, even if you know that you might not get past, just because it keeps them on their toes in terms of knowing that you're going to put the move in whenever you can.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be good just to be a little bit offline to
try and defend.
Exactly. To be in their peripheral vision a bit, even if you know you're not close enough to get past.
Yeah. Because sometimes I just pulled out because I had the closing speed, and then he just jostled straight back over. And I did see that with Aaron at one point, where they were just like sort of weaving in a way.
Yeah.
On the main straight going down into turn one, when I backed off. I tried to go for the move there, but I couldn't make it stick.
Well, it shows you how much that you all fight. There's three of you on track. You've got this whole circuit to yourselves.
And all
you want to do is race each other.
And we're all within like 2 seconds as well.
Now there was the killer move.
Yeah.
The one that got you pole position there to not just get sucked into that race.
I also backed off even more down here.
Yeah.
Now I was back on it. So I knew that if I needed to get a good qualifying time, then I needed to have space on the track.
Exactly.
Only three
the thing
people.
was, I think you should have backed off even more before the approach to that braking zone, because I think that you caught them too easily on this lap now. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to catch them in this lap.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So if I do it on the main straight, then they have even more speed than me.
Thing is, it's difficult without a Formula One team to go, oh yeah, I want to have the toe, so I want to break, I want to lose this much time and then catch this much time and then I'll get the toe. You're just trying to guess, aren't you? You haven't got
at some points. It is literally guessing.
Calculators. Oh yeah, you didn't quite catch them yet, but you catch them on this next lap.
Definitely caught them at least half a second to a second.
Yeah. And the thing is, you could have had more clean laps, but you also sent a little bit of a message with what happens later on in this qualifying.
Yeah.
And it was probably a good little confidence booster as well to know that you could actually get past this guy that, even though blocked quite aggressively, was also really clean and fair about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't making any last minute moves or anything like this, was he? He was, just driving a really wide car, basically. So here you are, you've caught them. You've now set the pole position lap. That has happened in the last 2 laps. Or it might even be this lap where you're racing them, actually.
I know, I think on turn 1, you'll see it. I think on this lap, at turn 1, you'll see Aaron have a little go at thingy. He catches up quite quickly. Yeah, it's this lap. So look, Aaron pulls out. And then
I think he kind of let you go a little bit because he was like, well, you see if you can get past.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't having any
better exit as well. And he's like, I don't really want to lose much time. So he's
some of the mannerisms of this driver were quite funny, the way that he was tilting his head backwards and forwards like that. Then that was
at the start of the race, he was like this.
I know, I saw that.
Ramp, going down the ramp, he's like, it's like a thinking game.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get in my head, but he didn't.
Yeah, well, there you go. You've just put the move on. Amazing. And now you've properly sent a message that you will be fastest. You will get past.
And then at this point, I looked back and they were about 1.5 to 2 seconds behind me.
Yeah, you just sprinted away. Now, we have to remind everyone, this is not actually the race yet. This is still actually just qualifying.
We're acting like it's the race.
We're having a race in qualifying, basically, is what's happening.
Kind of outrageous, but it happened.
Let's scroll through a little bit. Because...
so that was literally pretty much the qualifying session.
Yeah.
So I think it was the 17th lap. I got the fastest time. It was a 47.2, I think. And that's the time that I got to get pole. And I can't remember the next time, but I think it was a 48. A very low 48. And then it was like a mid 48. So that's sort of like how fast I was compared to the other two.
Yeah.
Back here, and they were back here. Like quite close. When I was sort of like, this is the clean air. I sort of thought that I was going to get past eventually. And when I did, I really just got like sort of a confidence booster that I can get it and I can go faster. And also because when I caught back up to them, when I backed off, and I caught back up to them within about 3 laps, I knew I can get past these guys because I just caught them within 3 laps. And then 2 laps later, or 2 or 3 laps later, I was then in the lead. And then for the end of the session, I fell. And that was literally the session.
And that was quite a big lead there that you had on them coming the other way there.
Yeah. When I was going up the ramp.
That is a long way, isn't it? Yeah, you look back there just like, whoa.
Hello. Hello, you two slow drivers. I was just sort of like, how is this happened? Because now I'm going around turn 2 and they're going around the final corner 3 laps before. And then, yeah, that was the qualifying session. But here's the race.
And here is the race. So you're lining up on pole position. Your first ever MSA FIA sanctioned race.
By the way, I'm confused here because I couldn't hear what she was saying. And the green flag went, and you'll see in a second.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see.
That's what happens, though. That's the normal procedure, you know.
I know, but like, I was just confused.
Yeah. You were ready to go.
Yeah.
And you kind of do tried to do a bit of a guess at the light also.
I did have a bit of a guess at it.
I know. You're lucky you got away with it. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
You thought that was the start.
I was also cheeky here because I sort of got pushed back and then I stopped again. Like,
Yeah.
maybe an inch or 2. Yeah. But
Your
then
little false start in the moment means that you're on the brake and a little bit slow on the accelerator when it does actually go out. It wasn't there we go. Wasn't the most perfect line. There was a slight delay.
yeah. Well, I did get past here. And then Joseph came up the inside, so I gave him loads of room. Tried to go up the ramp here, and
He's braking very well to get into the room here.
Yeah. I nearly got rammed into the side of the barrier again, like what happened on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't ram me into the side of it.
He always left you just enough room, only just.
Yeah.
So on this first lap, he pulls away quite significantly.
Yeah.
Now this is where I'm the most proud of you, to be honest, mate. Like, even though the consecutive 46-second laps are coming soon,
Yeah.
it was an amazing drive in itself. But
Yeah,
this part is where I feel is the best, because you've kept your head, you're still driving smooth, you're still racing hard, you're still going for it.
What I've had in my head, I can get past him. I have the pace advantage here.
Yeah.
I just sort of kept that in my head as a motivational.
Exactly. And you've waited to put the move on. You close the gap bit by bit, waited to put the move on.
Yeah, I was a lot closer already. Even just going on to
your confidence once you've switched the car on and got the tyres warm.
Yeah.
Grew a lot.
It changed.
Exactly.
Like, the first 2 laps, I was weaving on the straight.
You
and
put a lot on that back corner there. That was really good.
But yeah, I was just
getting very close here, yeah.
We
Did
didn't
well
get
did well to avoid contact.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we didn't get a outlap to warm the tyres up.
Yeah.
It sort of went straight to the grid.
Again, there, it left you just enough room. There was a cart width and no more space between you and him and the barrier.
And I was literally clipping, do you know, where like there's the tyre and then there's like the line and it like sticks out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes flipping that.
Yeah. That's when you know you're going really fast, is when you just clip that a little bit.
Yeah. Like down the bottom, there's a bit just at the end.
There we go. That was the move. That was the winning move, man. So good.
It on the inside. He gave me the room.
Yeah.
Because I just sort of like, here's the apex, and I just sort of went into it and then just sort of ran out.
Yeah.
And then
Close the door.
When I knew he could have went for the cutback, I was sort of waiting for that, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. He didn't really have the momentum for the cutback, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. But
And from here, mate, it's just, I feel like you delivered an absolute masterclass in how to drive a cadet car around this track from here on out. Everything's so smooth, so clean, so tidy.
eventually, I figured out. So at this point, I was going flat through turn 1 and turn 2, the hairpins. So that's flat in cadet. But I wasn't going flat on where you go under the bridge where I made that move.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident enough. But eventually, I just sort of sent it, and it worked. And also sometimes...
And it worked because of the little trick that we discussed on that corner.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Photographer lady has no fear. Just leaning into the racing line.
But sometimes I was really out wide in the barrier through that corner. And you will see it a couple times. And just how close I was.
I mean, you done 12 46-second laps. And any one of those laps would have been a reason to celebrate on a normal day. Would have been your personal best on a normal day.
Yeah.
So
was literally
explain what your headspace was like once you got in the lead. Are you just loving it, in the zone, buzzing?
I was just calm and focused? Like keep my head in and just churning in the laps and just keep on going.
Yeah.
That was pretty much just my mindset of don't spin, try not to, try and pull away, obviously.
And maximise on every corner.
Yeah, pretty much
that. Was pretty much my mindset as well, mate, but I was in last place. The thing that I'm most gutted about being knocked out because of, though, is, up till now, this has been something we've done together, isn't it? And I just feel like, although the focus is just on your drive now for this season's championship campaign, I feel that I'm still going to drive the other tracks with you, see if I can gain some insight, talk about them with you. So, it's still something we're going to do together, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll still go to Team Sport Liverpool and do those videos where we're just having fun.
And it was also all my little evil plans to turn you into a little racing driver, wasn't it, Sam?
Driving to school in a go-kart.
Amazing. Well, people can watch the rest of this drive on YouTube.
Yeah.
Championship winning drive. Championship round winning drive.
By the way, here's a trophy that I got.
Nice.
It was the brand new BIKC logo.
They're bigger than the adult trophies. The adult trophies were little ones like this.
I know. And also they're like brand new ones. The old ones are different, but this one's new. And yeah, this is what I got for winning first place.
Here we go, across the line to win it. Arms in the air, what a moment. Mine are in the air too, but you can't see me too much on the pit wall. Could you see me at the time?
No, I didn't. I was trying to look for you.
I was like near the podium, basically.
I know, I did see you sometimes, but yeah.
Checking flag. Half a lap ahead of the other boys. Amazing stuff.
And also, the juniors that were in the carts at the time were all after me, and also everybody everybody in the seats right next to the pits. They were also clapping me, weren't they?
Yeah, victory lap.
everyone. Yeah.
So good, Lewis. Did you like that? Put the Formula One music for the podium music on the video. What a great moment.
I was just sort of...
And Joseph didn't pick up his trophy, did he?
Nope. He literally left about 10 minutes after.
Yeah.
Which was really confusing. So that's why only me and Aaron are on the podium. So, yeah.
So let's take a look at your race stats first of all.
Yeah.
Fastest lap of the race by 1.2 seconds. Blistering.
That was literally the race.
Yeah. First 3 laps you were stuck behind. Well, I mean, even Aaron led for a moment in the first lap.
Yeah, but it didn't count because...
Yeah, he hadn't crossed the beam. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because it was just on the first corner. Because this records when you're going across the line what position you're in.
And these lap times just
So consistent.
so consistent, so fast.
And also there was literally no red flags or yellow flags.
Yeah, well,
Qualifying at the start, but I don't know why that is.
that's just because we had that as well for ours, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just like they're doing a normal grid event.
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
are with all the other juniors.
Yeah. That person on the left isn't sponsored by Red Bull.
Just a big fan.
Booting helmet. Don't know why.
Just a big fan
Yeah.
of a successful race team. And there you are, all the juniors here.
All the juniors and
Good day.
obviously, but it was only me, Aaron, and Joseph. And Joseph left, obviously.
So, have you had a look at the format for your regional final?
I have not.
Okay, so the format for your regional final is going to be a 10-minute practice, then 3 lots of 8-minute heats per driver. So do 3 mini races. Then you score points for each heat. And then that determines your place in the finals. There will be an A and B final. The top half of point scorers go in the A final. The winner of the B final will qualify to start at the back of the A final, which will be 15 minutes long. And the final is a similar.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But there's semi-final. And then there's final.
Cool, Lewis. Well, this has been really cool, the first ever Inside Line, and I hope that there'll be plenty more with plenty for us to talk about in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Well, you have a nice evening, and to anyone that's viewed for this length of duration, hope you've enjoyed us talking about doing our pretend racing driving that we do at weekends. And on school nights, apparently. No? So next up, we've got Nottingham, haven't we?
Yeah.
So did you have a look at the layout yet?
I've had a look on Team Foot.
Seems like there's only 2 or 3 bits that are super technical. It seems quite a short track, 30 odd seconds.
I've had a look at the times as well, because they're about 30 odd seconds, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're
They're quite short compared to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer them short and twisty.
Yeah. It looks like there's long streets though. It looks like it's bigger. I think. Well,
we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, I think there's a bit bigger hospitality section. Like the bar and everything.
Nice. All right, let's wave bye to everyone. Bye, viewers.
Bye.